Glad to see all of you. Good morning again. She's recording, so I'll do it again. Good morning, everyone. I'm Neil Burwell. I am the NCRSP State Membership Chair, and I'm so glad to have all of you present this morning during our membership section. I will share the screen now. And okay, we are on a mission, and that is my theme. And members all over the state come aboard and join the mission train. It stops will take you north, south, east, and west. We want you to tell potential members, and our potential members are certified and non-certified staff. They do not need a ticket to ride this train. They only need to take the first step, complete an application, then ride this mission train to become a member of the nearest local unit. Toot toot, let's begin to ride the mission train. Okay, I want everyone to get started. We're all on the train. We're on a mission, and we're on the mission train. So today I'm going to talk about growing NCRSP tips. And I hope everybody, and I'm going to talk about strategies to identify prospective members. And I'll be talking basically about recruitment, retention, and rejuvenation. Recruitment, we all know about that. We are all in the process. Some of you have probably been having a lot of luncheons and meetings and all dealing with recruitments in the last couple of months. When we recruit them, we also need to retain them. So our retention. So we got to do activities and projects and things that interest them to want them to stay. And rejuvenate them also with fresh ideas and variety of activities. So when you talk about prospective members, certified and non-certified staff, have you ever heard of, you can ask them questions like, have you ever heard of NCRSP? When, where, how, and why? From personal experience, I had been a member of NCAE my second year of teaching, first year of teaching, the second day. I had never heard of NCRSP when I retired. So I was at an NCAE luncheon, and our membership chair for our local unit was there, and she had applications. And so she discussed what NCRSP was. So I joined that same day as a life member. But as I stated, if she had not been there, maybe later on in life, I would have found out about this organization, because we know that it is the lifeline to our organization. I wouldn't be a member. So we got to get out there. We got to get aboard the mission train and let potential members know about this organization. So when, where, how, and why. What is NCRSP, which all of you know? The mission of the NCRSP is to be the premier statewide organization for all retired educational personnel, acting collectively to enhance retirement and healthcare benefits and to serve the community in its educational needs. So that is what NCR, which is North Carolina Retired School Personnel. What can NCRSP do for you? So this is a question that a lot of people, when you talk to them, the first thing they'll say, oh, I don't need to join, whatever. And I said, well, you can be a part of what we are trying to achieve. Well, that's all right. I'm going to get the same benefits. So we got to let them know that we want them to become a member, not get the same benefits we're getting and not joining. which we know that they will get that. So we are a group engaged in an organized operation to unite for the same goals, purposes, and strategic plans. We are the only voice for all certified and non-certified retired school personnel. So our goal is today, I will be providing and sharing ideas of what NCRSP can do for members. And if you have questions, we can ask at the end. If you have a question during the time, Carol is co-hosting, and she see your hand, she'll let me know. Why should potential members join NCRSP? These are some materials that we have on the website, and they have been created in the last 2 years as I have been the North Carolina Retired School Personnel State Membership Chair. And our brochure, which I know you all know what it looks like, and I'm just holding it up right now. It says, unite with North Carolina Retired School Personnel, the only voice for all certified and non-certified retired school personnel. And we know that retirees deserve better than what we have been getting. We have all won a cost of living. And when we unite and we grow in numbers, when we go to the General Assembly and we can let them know our strength, then they'll know that, we are here for a purpose. We volunteer in the community. We do a lot of things, and we deserve better than we're getting, in which you have not had a cost of living raised in probably, I've heard someone say about 7, 8 years or something like that. But we have received one-time bonuses, which is good, excuse me, which is good. But all of the states around us, like Tennessee, Virginia, Georgia, all of those states, their members get a cost of living every year. So we are the only state that is still not giving their retirees and letting them feel that we deserve better, which is a cost of living. So I'm going to talk about the NCRSP purposes. I will discuss NCRSP policy goals, and I will show you some testimonies, which is on the back of our brochure, from some of our members stating why they joined. We'll look at the public policy strategies, and we want to know about the membership benefits, health-wise, and other discounts and things that we can receive, and our annual dues. I'm not going to read all this. I'll be just discussing, because you can look at it more thoroughly later on. But some of our purposes is that we want to promote not only economical, but socially professional status as a retired school organization. We are personnel, and we want to establish that. We support, and we are under the umbrella with NCAE and NEA, as you know, and this helps to promote the welfare of our members. Also, we look at, we're involved in solving problems related to our health, welfare, interests, and other needs. And as I stated, we also lobby at the General Assembly on legislation related to the state retirement system and state health plan, because there are some things that those of us already know about that bill, that they want to look at health benefits. So we don't want them to touch our health benefits, because we definitely need that, as well as cost of living. Also, we encourage members to influence them about the state and federal legislature, what is going on there, because we get information from NCAE, but we want to know what's going on with our retirement system. Also, we cooperate with the National Retired Teachers Association, which I just stated. We are also, we work with, and some of you have had some workshops with AARP, and we go along with other retired programs. And we encourage and recognize that we volunteer a lot within our local units. And that is something that we do. We volunteer, we donate in all areas. You do a good job. Our policy goals, all of this is on your brochure. As I stated, we're advocating for the cost of living COLA. We are defining, maintaining benefits for our pension plan. And we fully fund the TSERS pension fund I just talked about. We want to continue our premium-free coverage under the state health plan, because that is great, and ensure tax-free state pensions for all retirees. We want to also, our policy is to expand broadband internet in the urban, suburban, and rural areas. And with the governor, with intro, they have been doing a lot of that in some of our rural counties. Increase benefits for hearing aids, coordinate with other state organizations, and the more we organize with some other organization, retired organization, we can have more impact in lobbying efforts that we are doing. We want to unite the fight of justice for retired school employees. And our strategies, as I stated, that we will be lobbying, communicating with elected policy makers, and that's one of the key things. Stay in contact with our governor, the attorney general, the treasurer, and then all of the members of the General Assembly, which our legislative sheriff is doing a great job with that in that committee. These are some testimonials that are on the back of your brochure. And so most of them are saying that they've joined this organization because they want to keep abreast. They want to know what's going on, what's affecting our retirees. Also, it's time to fellowship, get to know when you meet new members and you have gatherings or luncheons or meetings. So it's a time to just meet friends and be happy, and also become a friend. It gives you a chance to volunteer together in the community, and you can work in the school, be models for the personnel and the students. And we have a good history of advocacy, as we stated, with our retirement. One of the testimonials said that NCRSP has a network of experienced policymakers who care about our quality of life. Another one said that she joined because it is the network, and you're still getting educational, professional training, and you're involved in selected groups. And as I stated, friendship is one that a lot of the members are saying. And a time to get out of the house. If you're doing in-person meetings now, you have a chance to get out and have fun, do different things. Now, this is down on what we are doing. These are some tips. And the first thing is publicize. We have to publicize NCRSP, because if we do not publicize, nobody knows about us. And when you're trying to recruit members, you won't have so much to say. They say, oh, I know about that organization. But if nobody has anything out there about it, then it's harder for you to try to say, well, we're this and we're that. So you can do publicize through media. We have a website. A lot of the local units have, and regions and local units have websites, Facebook. A lot of you print newsletters, bulletin boards. You go into the schools that allow you to do bulletin boards. You put up posters, flyers. We have brochures. And when you're out, if your local unit will wear name tags, and some of you have T-shirts with with logos on them. Those are just some examples of ways to publicize. We got to do that. That's number one. And number two is, all of you know members who are retired or have retired, then personal contact is number one. And that's what I've been doing a lot of. And I'm going to show you in a few minutes something that you can use to record your personal contact information. You have to build relationships with members, the school system, local government agencies, businesses, and organizations, so that you can collaborate, communicate with them to get the word out about NCRSP. We have to strategize, we have to plan. So I'm going to give you a list in a few minutes of pre-retired activities that are related to recruitment, some ideas that you can do. You have to communicate, as I stated, all of these ways. We have social media, and you know that you do all of these things that I have listed here. Collaborate, as I stated, and that is another key word. Communicate, contact, publicize, contact, build relationships, strategize, communicate, collaborate. Invite potential members who are retiring within next 1 to 5 years to your local units meetings and activities, programs, and projects so they can know what you're all about. And so that when they retire, they're ready to join. And always have membership applications at all of your activities, meetings, and programs, because there's always someone that may want to join. Target retirees from other states who are located here. Lobbying and advocacy activities that I already stated that we are encouraging our potential members to let them be informed about what we're doing on the state level. This is a form that I created that I call potential membership tracker form. And what I have done, and I've told my local unit, this is a way that you can track potential members. Right now, if I would ask each of you to list at least 5 members that you know have retired, then you can list them, find their contact information, their addresses, email addresses, contact numbers, and then you have a date that you can pull a check off and say, well, I contact them. If you haven't heard from them in a couple of days, weeks, then you might too want to follow up. So this is a form that I created, and it has worked well because it lets you keep a record of who you have contacted, who have joined, and it's just a little form that I have used. And like I stated, it can help you keep a track of who you have contacted and who you have to follow up with. Okay, any questions so far? Okay. Okay, we all know about benefits, membership benefits. Colleen did an activity on that, and we've had different people to talk about that. So I'm just going to just briefly go over a couple of things. We do have leadership, like we do now, we have leadership training. We do receive the panorama and the NCA and the Loot NEA Today related. We have complimentary accidental death, disbursement insurance, $7,500 coverage with payment by electronic funds transfer. We are able to have a credit card through NEA, payment deduction, $2,500 coverage for cash pay. And we all want discounts, membership discounts, savings when you get ready to purchase a car. And I know some of you have, and I know myself have purchased a car through that, through discounts. All of you like to travel. We get ready to travel now. And here, a lot of you, the weekend is coming up. We're going on cruises. We want to rent a car, electronic thing. Want to go to a theme park, receive discount tickets, movie tickets. When you go out and dine, shop, travel, whatever, and more. And I'll give you the information in a few minutes, which you already had about NEA. And we have the availability of all NEA insurance programs. We have life, vision, dental, home, auto, pet, life, flood, health, lawn care, boat, recreational vehicles. So we have a lot of availability of insurance programs. And we also have a legal service at reduced rates through the attorney referral program. And we also have access to retirement planning. And I just was talking to Carol a few minutes about dues, and we know that this is May. And if anyone wants to have John, you may want them to make sure they're going to fill out the application, but they may as well wait until September to begin with that payment, because did they pay in May or June, then they have to turn around in September and pay the dues again. So this is a good way, but don't let them say, well, oh, I'll pay September, but try to make sure you keep track of them so we won't lose them. And when they do pay your dues, you are a member of all of these organizations. And I asked my local unit about this the other day. I gave them a quiz. I said, what other units, what associations are you a member when you pay your dues to NCRSP? So we know we are a member of NEA and NCAE, NCRSP, your regional membership, whatever region, like I'm in region 7A. And so these are some of our primary ones. And if you need additional information, you can always contact me. And also the membership department, Tara or either Carol. Okay, the website for membership benefits, which is www.neamb.com/start. If you want to go and see all of the different benefits that you have, you're going to say, oh my God, I didn't know this. I could have, well, should have been done this because you'll be surprised of all of the benefits that you do have. And they do have a Facebook and they also have on Twitter. Why should potential members join NCRSP? All of you have received, and they're still sending out the top 10 reasons. All of you know what that looks like. And we generated this the first year before, about a year before last, when we had a retreat. And we know that NCAE has top 10 reasons. So we said, why not NCRSP have one? So that's when we came together and the committee, and we came up with these 10 reasons. Interested in joining, contact us today. And it also has the QR code at the bottom and the website and a picture of us when we were at that retreat. What are the qualifications to become a member? If you live or once lived in North Carolina, you employed for at least 5 years in a public school, college, university as a teacher, support personnel, or administrator. If you are at least 45 years old, if you're no longer working for a public school, or you have returned to as a qualifying return employee, or you return as part of an early retirement agreement. If you are eligible to receive a pension from an educational employment retirement system or from Social Security. Also, as I stated, it's very important that if the NCRSP, our website is online on our website, www.ncrsp.org. We have printed copies, and Harold just mentioned to me a few minutes ago, they do have the updated one with the year 2024-25 on our website. Or you can mail it to the address that's on the application. There are various types of membership, and a lot of times I think that we need to have a workshop on just this information about that application and some membership types, because there are some members are getting confused, as Carol and I was talking, but it's on the application. But a lot of time I've had a lot of them that ask me questions about that. The one that says, I want to purchase a NERA lifetime member only, and then the already one, and they get confused with those two. But these are on the application, and they have questions, they can always contact our office. And so they are listed up here, but some people are having some misconception about some of them. So if you have questions or members and you can't answer it, then you can always refer to Tara or Carol. And I forgot to mention, I know it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're also a member of our local membership, local unit. These are some recruiting opportunities and tips. There are a lot of them, and I'm not going to take up a lot of time reading them because you can go back and look at them later. But these are some things you can do. You might want to, a lot of schools now, we know, because of violation of, they don't allow you to come in and talk. Like years ago, I remember an organization could come in and talk to the faculty of about 5 minutes about different organizations. You may have some connection with schools that you can still do that. So if you can, that's a good way for you to go in with applications and brochures and top 10 reasons to tell them the reason about this organization. And most of you are distributing what I just stated, newsletters, brochure flyers, and all of that. Some local units are issues ink pens with NCRSP logo. You have workshops. You serve as contact with your schools. And you have a list of pre-retired workshops. A lot of school systems have workshops dealing with retirees near the end of the year or different times of the year. Ask them, can you be a part of that, or can you give them copies of the flyer and the brochures that they can maybe issue to the potential members. I already talked about wearing nag tie. Some of you might want to adopt a school, and you want to be responsible for doing activities and projects with the school. We know that we work in the community, social media. Some of you may want to attend when sometimes schools have new staff orientation and different meetings at the beginning of the year. Partner with a retired school personnel member with a potential, this is something that you can do is when you have that potential members tracker, partner one of your members with a potential member so that that person will be responsible for making sure that they are contacting that person and trying to get that person some leeway into joining. Looking at your different districts, identify the stated activities. You can do some local units are working jointly with NCAE local units to do activities. That's good because you're working with the generation that's going to eventually become retirees. So you're already getting involved with that. And this is something we need to do to make sure, and I hope that all of you have in your region, all local units have a membership share. And that's something that I've been working on, and I'll talk about in a few minutes, about making sure we're updating and contacting local units to see if they have a membership share. Because if they do not, they are missing out on when our state membership committee, when we meet, we talk about ideas of sharing how we can recruit, retain, rejuvenate, and they need to share this information with their local membership shares. And we're finding out that quite a few locals do not have membership shares. And we understand because of COVID, some locals have not met in person. We have a few that may not have met at all. And the next term come around in the fall, we're going to try to I'm going to have the state regional region membership shares to make sure that they contact the local membership shares in their region by telephone, in person, or something to let them know that they are there to assist them and we're there to assist them, because this is what's happening. This is why we're having a lack in communication, because the regional membership shares are not coordinating. And we're doing an excellent job now, but we're trying to update the information so that they can be a part and know who their local membership shares are. That's very important. Okay, I also have what I call a SWOT analysis activity that can be done to engage your members. And what you can do is a little form I have where you can put the name, the region, and the local unit, and try to list 3 to 5 ideas after you finish going over strategies. It's a little activity that you can do. Find out what are the weaknesses in your local unit region. So in other words, think about, you can do a chart, you do a little activity during one of your meetings, or now it's time, we're going to have retreats in August. I know a lot of local units, I know we're going to have one. This is a good activity to do. And then do it in your, with your executive board, then do it with your members in a meeting. And that way you can get feedback on where you're going as a roadmap. What are you doing that's good? What we're doing, how can we recruit better? So what do we do well in recruiting and retaining our members? What strategies are effective to recruit? What strategy have we used that's been beneficial, that are unique, that we know that these are our strengths? And I've talked with some local units, and sometimes they say, well, I can't think about 1 or 2, and sometimes I said, no, all of you have a strength, just think about it. And then just have a little activity and communicate with your members. What improvements can we do? What strategies can we do? What areas do you think that we can improve in to recruit, retain, and rejuvenate members? What are some resources? And I have online on the website, if you look on the website on the membership, I have a list of resources that you can use. How can your regional local unit build relationships? And I'm going to talk more about that. You have to build relationship among your members and in the community, and provide, and I'll talk about pre-retired activities, how to recruit awareness in the community to retain your members so that you can have membership growth. We don't want to we want to recruit members, but we want them to remain. So you got to do something to keep them enticed. Can't just have meetings and just do a little something, say something, and then dismiss. You know that we love to, you got to fellowship, you got to do some refreshments, do some activities, go on field trips, go shopping together, do some things together that's fun. That's what, and especially our younger ones that are coming in, they're not gonna come to your meeting and just come there and you're gonna just talk and then leave. They're gonna say, well, they don't have anything for me to do. So you got to do here to come up with some strategies now. What are some opportunities that your regional local unit are doing to continue it? What strategies do your local unit take advantage of, and how they being implemented to attract your potential members? That's what I said. We got to attract them. If they don't see anything going on, then they're not going to join or they're not going to stay. So you got to have a variety of activities. What changes? What threats? What are some things that are needed that we need to change? You need to change. What are some of your challenges that are affecting you from not being able to recruit and retain your members? You may not ever thought of that. There's something going on. So discuss it among yourselves. Do surveys to get feedback. So a lot of times members don't want to talk and voice their opinions out loud. So do surveys, and they will put their opinions there. How can issues linger in recruiting and retaining? So we got to address all of these things. So that is what the SWOT analysis will give you, an activity, a practice to get to know your members better. And they love working, they can work together in teams, and then you can come together as a group. Any questions? These are some survey questions that you might want to ask. What membership strategies and activities have been effective in recruiting potential members, retaining, rejuvenating? What activities? What can we do? What do we need to continue? What do we need to stop? What do we need to improve? What are our challenges? Different things. Come up with your own questions, and you can put this to a survey. So you don't want a very long survey. You don't want to ask questions this long. So when you do your survey, you want it as brief as possible. And so they can just check off, or then they can do additional information. After you recruit members, as I stated, you have to have strategies and activities to retain them. You got to engage them in volunteering, going out into the community, participating in your meeting. As I stated, they don't need to just come there, sit and listen, and that's it. Presenters are good. They like to have different people to come in, and we do that in my local unit. Each month, or either every other month, we try to invite somebody relating to quality of life, or somebody in the community that can come in with information that we think that they can share and they will enjoy. We have people to come on to do hands-on activity. Like one time we had someone to come in at Christmas and showed us how to do wreaths. So there's different things that you can do in your meetings, and you do your business part and then have some things going on that are fun. Celebrate birthdays, celebrate accomplishments of your members. You can put it out there on the website, on different places. Prepare, as I stated, you got to have fun activity to keep them enticed. I can tell you that for right now, for years, I've been membership. I've been a president of our local. If you don't have something that they are interested in, then you're going to find them not attending your meetings. Serve refreshments. We love food. What we do is we have refreshments. They can start eating right before the meeting, and then they have time to fellowship, and then so the meeting, after the meeting, everybody's ready to go. And as I stated, please plan a variety of activities because members are our mission. Another incentive that we have is called Each One Reach One membership campaign, and I hope you have heard of it. If not, please let me know. It's on the website. It began, it's 4 year. It will end June 2024. Who is
Nia.
that? Yeah.
Hey, I have, okay.
I can't hear you. Your phone is kind of in and out. Yeah, your phone is going in and out.
Screen, go ahead, I got you.
Could you put that in the chat for me, Pam, because your phone with your voice.
I had lost your screen.
Carol, can you text her and tell her to put it in the
Go
chat so we
ahead.
can also her phone, please?
Pat, we can't hear you. Could you type it in the chat?
Building.
Okay, thank you. For every new member that joins North Carolina Retired School Personnel referring member, and Carol does a very good job with this. She handles this a lot. And the active member or NCA will receive $10, and that is true because Carol has sent me I got $20 at one time for referring. So you will get it in the mail. That is not something that we just have out here. And at the state membership convention, I did a drawing, and the drawing was we had a gift card, $75 gift card, and then we had drew for two $50 gift cards. And we do have a goal. We are gaining members, and right now I can't tell you how many, but when I looked at it in April or whatever, I forgot how many it was now. Do you remember, Carol, had some kind of I know it's going to change, but do you have a kind of roundabout number? Because I forgot I had a chance to look at my information. New members that we had gained.
Well, on our report for convention in March, we had 277 new members for last year that we celebrated, and then we had the drawing for those that helped recruit those.
Okay, thank you, dear. I knew it was two something. Okay, all of us are ambassadors for NCRSP, not just the membership committee. So please refer. And as I stated, this is one of our campaigns, and we are also, those of you know about the membership growth grant, and that is due. Your evaluations form with your receipts and everything is due to the state office by June the 15th. So if you're on and you did receive that, make sure that you are gathering all of your information. And also that is another campaign that we had this year, and we had opportunity to $10,000 that we were able to give to local units. So I'm excited, and what I'm going to do with my committee when we meet, I want all of those ideas. I'm going to put them in one thing so everybody can look at what are some of their ideas and strategies that they use for that grant. Okay, Deborah. How you doing, Deborah?
Fine. How are you? I have a quick question.
Yeah.
We met this week Tuesday, and the treasurer asked me, she's sending a copy of the receipt because she's keeping the original for her audit. Is that allowed?
Okay, Carol.
No, we have to have originals. She can keep a copy for her audit, but the state has to have the original receipts.
Okay, and our audit would not have to have an original receipt.
Your auditor.
Yeah, for the state audit when you send it in.
Yes.
Okay, so she can have a copy, but she have to send the original to you.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Deborah. I figure it was, but since Carol is on here, I decided to ask her too. Thank you, dear. All right, and so this is on for doing the campaign, and so I'm not going to read all of that because you can contact and look at that.
Now we have a question. Now there's a question. Are we going to do the membership campaign again? Because I just sent out the last $10 checks for those membership applications that have been processed and have gone through the system, and the payment is in place and the payment has been successful for their dues. I sent out this week the payments for those applications that I have received. But now the membership starts again in September, so there won't be any other rewards paid until September, when those membership applications are processed and the dues are paid. So there was a question, will we have this campaign again? And will we have any other membership grants for next year? Or are you not sure yet?
Okay, for the campaign, I'll have to wait until we meet after our executive board meeting. We haven't met recently, so I can get that answer then. And the grant, I can answer that after we have a meeting too. We're working on some things now with the grant, another grant, and the details will come later. But we're looking forward to doing everything that we can to help our locals. So we are in the process of looking at grants, and more information will be coming back about that soon. Probably after this, probably around about when we meet August. Yeah. Who is this later on? Carol?
Pat Reagan.
Oh, she want to speak.
Pat Reagan.
Yes, Pat.
I have a few questions in the chat box.
Sorry, Pat, we can't hear you because something is wrong with your audio.
I have a few questions in the chat box.
Okay, then. Carol, can you check the chat box for me, please, son?
Yes, I have sent out all the checks for the campaign for the applications that I've received. I sent everybody that recruited those. They're all up to date. All those checks have been in and are in the mail.
Thank you. Are there any more in the chat? That's it, Carol?
Well, we asked the question about would there be any further grants, and would there be another campaign for the $10? Would that be continuing, or is that ending now with this year end?
Good morning, President Linda. Do you want to answer that? Because I had told them that, that's something that we're working towards.
Yeah, thank you for asking. I think it works, every little bit helps. And so I see no reason why we wouldn't renew that. Definitely. And then I also wanted to, I stepped away because I wanted to check on something about the $144. If people, I just talked to Sid Baker, who's doing like a phone bank, and they're calling 400 people that were members of NCAE in the past like 3 years, and mostly I think the last year, and trying to get them to join. But we can sign people up now for the 144. You just sign them up. They don't have to pay anything. And then they start paying in September. Now they can't get into, like somebody last year was an election chair. Well, she wasn't really legit as an election chair because she wasn't officially a member and she had not paid any dues. But in September, you are, and you can do whatever you want to do. And if you want to pay a couple extra months, now I guess that's fine. It would be prorated by the month. And so I think, like Sid is saying, we want everybody on the books that we can, even before September 1st. We've got to get try to recoup all these members, and they have passed away, and then we have confusion with some of their dues, maybe because they're cash payers, and they haven't paid yet. So please go ahead and you can sign them up right now. I know Colleen did a little session about nuts and bolts of membership. You might want to listen to that before you go out and before you're filling out the forms. But make sure that everything is filled out on the forms so we get all their information, and that'll save the people on staff, Carol mainly, from calling people back. Does everybody understand? If you can sign them up right now, like Pat, when we went to the Chatham County meeting about a week ago, Colleen was there. I think she picked up 5 forms just like that. And so, she filled them out and she took them and she turned them in. So that was really quick, and they're members right now. Some of them might have written checks. I'm not really sure.
Okay. Thank you, President Lynn.
No, they were all credit cards.
Oh, they're all credit cards. So then they'll deduct them at the appropriate time.
They were all credit cards. And the other thing that happened is when you come into our local and we have someone recruiting from the state level, you need to let the membership chair be aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
Because I was in the blind.
Well, I know Colleen, she's so good at that, and she turns them in, and she never asks for any $10 She recruits more people than anybody in the whole state. She does.
That's not my point.
No,
That's
but
not my point, President Gunter. The
you-
point is when you come in, then you need to work with your membership chair.
Okay, and you're the membership chair too, in addition to being treasurer,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay, you do a lot of stuff for that local. Okay, I heard what you said. I'll be making a phone call.
Okay, thank you.
We're just there to,
Again,
we're just there to help.
okay. All right, some more tips, as I stated, you will get these, so I'm not gonna go read them, I just go over a few of them. As we know, one of the best ways is personal contact. Plan particular activities with schools like American Education Week and Teacher Appreciation Month, which is in May. A lot of you do provide gifts, refreshments, different things for them. As I stated, be active with your NCAE local units, collaborate activities, and a lot of you do new member packages when members come in. That's very good to welcome them. And as I stated, we got to do things to entice them and keep them as well. And it's good to establish, if you can, a relationship with your central office or superintendent so that you can. A lot of you have told me that you do get retirement lists, and so you know exactly who's retiring, and you can go from there, and that works out well. And be visible, as we stated, in the community with logos and cards. And so there's a lot of things that you can do, and as I stated, you can see that from the list. So this is my detailed list. When we did the grants, I shortened it so you get a chance to look at all of this that I have come up with. Some of you have luncheons, you meet with your members, potential members. And as I stated, so there are several things that you can do to, as we stated, to retain and recruit, rejuvenate your members. Some of you sponsor membership benefit sections. You go attend those, some of your membership shares, which is very good. And so incentives, things that you can do to make everybody feel welcome as a member. You can acknowledge the accomplishments of your members as well. And as I stated, I've already did the potential track. Community awareness is very important. As I stated, publicize, I say that word all the time. And you can see the different ways that we've already gone over, be visible. And be involved in your community. All of our local units are so involved. We give out scholarships. We help out with the open of schools, back to school supplies. I mean, so many things that you do. And now this month we'll have a Relay for Life. A lot of you participating in that, donating. Just like we had our spring luncheon last week. And to OIC, we donated for recruitment of young men or men who have been incarcerated or men who need attire when they go out on the interview. So we collected 765 neckties and with over 40 some new shirts. So he wanted the shirts to be new. So he came to our luncheon and we gave those, and he was so appreciative. So there's so many things that you do in your community to help with what is going on in those areas that are needed. Again, rejuvenate.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
We had a question in the chat about when dues for the year begins. Our year is the fiscal year, July 1st through June 30th. However, an electronic funds transfer, an EFT, or a recurring credit card, the RCC, those two memberships are 10-month memberships. So it's $14.40 a month from September through June. There are 2 months when they don't pay any dues. However, if they're on payroll deduction, it's $12 a month for 12 months. So year round, it would come directly out of their retirement checks that they get. So the cash pay forms will go out mid-August, and usually the cash payers, which send us a check, they usually pay for their annual dues. Some start at 40 and they go all the way up to 144. So they will send our local treasurers their dues, and then we'll start getting those in September 1st. So we can post those with membership departments September 1st. Everybody starts.
Thank you, Carol. And when you get a chance, Carol, send that to me, please. Okay, and as I stated, you want feedback from your members to know what you need to do, what are your changes, challenges, what you need to improve, what you're doing well. You can do Survey Monkey or different, there are so many different surveys now that you can do. And don't forget your homebound members. You know, some of them are not able to come now. They are, you know, so make sure you visit and provide information to them as well, because they're paying their dues. They are members, and some of them are living in nursing facilities. Send them cards, you know, go by to visit and do things for them as well. And some of the other things I've already talked about, and you will get this in your under the leadership. They're sending out these series. Okay, for our locals, I just talked about a few minutes ago, our regional membership shares are connecting with the local unit membership shares. And that is one thing that we have been doing through our meetings monthly, to make sure that they are sharing the information. Because if they do not share information with the local unit membership shares, then nothing takes place because they don't know what's going on. So that's why we're updating their contact information, and we almost finalized that. And now we're in the process. The next thing process of activity that we want to do is for the regional membership shares to contact their local unit memberships. They can do it with a Zoom meeting, or they can do it by in-person or something, to let them know who they are and that they are there to assist them. And so we can get communication being shared more than it has, and so that we can get together with that.